Hey guys, welcome to The Sports Entertainer. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you never miss out on any of our videos. Our first wrestling news story of the day is Seth Rollins losing World Heavyweight title. Now, Seth Rollins has once again established himself as one of the faces of WWE, with Seth Rollins defeating AJ Styles at the recent Night of Champions 2023 Premium Live event to win the brand new World Heavyweight Championship, and Rollins is the flagship World Champion now on Monday Night Raw, with many of Seth Rollins' fans out there being extremely happy that WWE have decided to give Rollins another well-deserved title run. There's no doubt that Seth Rollins plans to be a very active World Heavyweight Champion, with Rollins just successfully defending his gold against Damian Priest last week on Raw, and just last night during NXT, it was revealed that Seth Rollins agreed to defend his World Heavyweight Championship against NXT superstar Braun Breaker on the June 20th edition of NXT, which is absolutely huge news, and it shows just how active of a champion Seth Rollins will truly be. Now, according to one of our sources, Triple H and WWE apparently planned for Seth Rollins to have a moderately lengthy run with a World Heavyweight Championship, but there is some breaking news speculation going around that Seth Rollins will be losing his World Heavyweight title before the year 2023 comes to a close. So while Rollins will likely be the world champion for several months, his title reign may not extend into next year because of the shocking plans that WWE have, meaning that Seth won't be following in his former Shield brother Roman Reigns' steps of having any sort of a historically long title reign, and here's why. A new backstage report has leaked that WWE basically planned for the men's Money in the Bank ladder match winner to eventually set their sights on Seth Rollins and his World Heavyweight Championship belt, while the Money in the Bank briefcase winner could theoretically choose any champion they want on the WWE roster, whether on Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown, or NXT, including mid-card champions like the Intercontinental Champion Gunther or the United States Champion Austin Theory. It has been rumored that WWE don't plan for the men's Money in the Bank winner to set their sights on any mid-card champions, or the Tribal Chief and undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns. And when it comes to Roman Reigns, the reason WWE don't plan for the Money in the Bank briefcase winner to set their sights on Roman is because Roman Reigns' undisputed title run is not currently planned to end anytime soon, definitely not anytime this year in 2023. So WWE feel it would be pointless for the Money in the Bank winner to cash in on Roman Reigns and basically be forced to fail their cash in, which is why sources report that WWE want the Money in the Bank winner this year to go after Seth Rollins and the World Heavyweight Championship. Right now, the two leading favorites to win the men's Money in the Bank ladder match this year are Raw's Damian Priest and SmackDown's LA Knight. But regardless of which star wins, there is breaking new backstage speculation that Triple H plans for the Money in the Bank winner to successfully cash in their briefcase on Seth Rollins later this year, likely in the fall sometime to win the World Heavyweight Championship. So if we were to approximate and let's just say the cash-in occurs in October sometime, that means Seth Rollins will have had about a 4.5-month World Heavyweight title reign, which isn't too bad, although not nearly as long as some of Seth Rollins' fans would likely want. With that said, let us know your thoughts on the big new rumors that WWE could be planning for Seth Rollins to lose his World Heavyweight title to the Money in the Bank winner later this year in a surprise cash-in. And do you feel this makes sense that WWE would want the Money in the Bank winner this year to go after Seth Rollins' World Heavyweight title, instead of Roman Reigns and the Undisputed Championship or any of the company's other mid-card belts? And would you be upset to see Rollins lose his world title to someone like LA Knight or Damian Priest? Let us know your thoughts on these new reports down in the comment section below. Roman Reigns sends message to Rikishi by destroying the Usos. Now the Tribal Chief and undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns has truly reached his breaking point in WWE. The Bloodline is falling apart in ways that Roman could have never imagined would actually happen, with his own blood Jimmy Uso betraying him at Night of Champions. And considering Jey Uso is clearly sticking by his brother Jimmy Uso's side after the major betrayal despite Roman Reigns demanding for Jey to leave his brother behind, the Bloodline is crumbling and Roman is far from being happy about it. it, especially considering the only member of the Bloodline currently sticking with Roman Reigns is Solo Sikoa, a superstar that Roman clearly does not fully trust, and is downright scared of Solo Sikoa. WWE have teased that Solo will soon be leaving Roman Reigns and the Bloodline for several months now, long before Jimmy's betrayal at Night of Champions, so Roman Reigns is not confident with the faction he has right now whatsoever. However, as the Tribal Chief of WWE, Roman Reigns does not plan to sit idly by and let the Usos get away with their behavior by defying the Bloodline and refusing to fall in line, because Roman Reigns cannot stand the fact that Jey Uso is standing by Jimmy Uso, and the fact that Jimmy Uso refused to do everything in his power to make it up to Roman Reigns after his shocking betrayal at Night of Champions. Jimmy Uso remains defiant against Roman Reigns and the Bloodline, something Roman Reigns will simply not tolerate. And a breaking new backstage rumor has revealed that WWE planned for Roman Reigns to finally lose it on Friday Night SmackDown, with everything that has been happening lately, and unleash his wrath on the Usos in the coming weeks, with Roman Reigns ultimately sending a message to Rikishi to get things sorted out with the Usos, so that they fall back in line with the Bloodline, otherwise the Usos will have more punishment coming their way courtesy of the Tribal Chief. The destruction of the Usos would likely take place during a backstage segment on an episode of Friday Night SmackDown in the coming weeks, and this would apparently be Roman Reigns' way of trying to scare the Usos back into falling in line in the Bloodline, but in the end, current backstage reports indicate that Roman's attempts would not work, and would only make it even clearer to both Jimmy and Jey Uso that they made the right choice of breaking ties with the faction, and like it has been stated before, WWE do in fact plan a future clash between the Usos against Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa at a WWE Premium live event in the near future, with this huge heated match likely being saved for the SummerSlam 2023 card this coming August. There is even speculation that at some point in 2023, Jey Uso will once again return to being main event Jey Uso and challenge Roman Reigns for his undisputed championship, and that would likely be occurring sometime during the fall this year, after the major tag team match between the Usos against Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. Regardless, the Bloodline will never be the same in WWE, and things are only going to be getting worse for the Usos in the coming weeks on SmackDown if the Tribal Chief has anything to say about it. Drew McIntyre re-signs with WWE. Now, over the past several months, Drew McIntyre's contract situation with WWE has been a major news story, as Drew was very unhappy with the company over his booking and his creative direction, and that McIntyre basically could have been deciding to walk away from WWE when his contract expired at the beginning of 2024. However, according to one of our sources, it's apparently looking as though WWE and Drew McIntyre are very close to working out a new contract, which means that in all likelihood Drew will be staying put in WWE and will re-sign, which is great news if true.